Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Why are these leaders of foreign countries, right, showing up in Kiev? Why are they going there? What is the purpose? Is the purpose of photo op? Is this the statements are not enough anymore? I do not understand why now, for instance, or every other month, they all have to go like in a pilgrimage in Kiev. I have here some articles from Ukrainska Pravda, and I will read just the titles of a few related to this issue. I will discuss, obviously, the Prime Minister of Poland, who arrives in Kiev. I don't know why that is happening. Then you have Italian senator who may join new coalition, arrives in Kiev. If you remember, 2 days ago, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Kiev. Then about a week ago, the former Prime Minister of Great Britain arrived in Kiev. Then it was, I think, the Lithuanian something arrived in Kiev. Why is this happening? Why are they going over there in person? If they do it for us, to see that they support Ukraine, I don't think that's necessary. Maybe for a portion of us who might feel that if their leaders show up in Kremlin, in Kiev, shows support. We already know that there is this kind of political, military, economic support, everything. So I don't know what could solve if they meet face to face. Why would they meet face to face? But for showing that the countries are supporting Ukraine. Well, does anybody have a doubt that, let's say, Lithuania supports Ukraine, or that Poland supports Ukraine, or the United States supports, or Italy, or Great Britain? I don't think there's any doubt that these guys, I'm talking about the guys who are in charge of us, unfortunately, they're not working for us. We are their subjects. Why do they go over there? Is to influence the opinions of the light-minded segments of our population or our members of our societies? If it's so, okay. Do you think they're going to sit down and they just talk about important things that they cannot talk over the phone? Or let alone on the phone, the decisions and the communication is not between the two guys. It's their stuff that they will discuss and negotiate. They just, hey, how are you? Good. How about this? How about this? In general terms. They don't even know the details. Do you think that, for instance, I don't know, let's get Boris Johnson, he knows the details? No, he didn't know the details. His staff might know the details because that's their job. He's just briefed with general ideas. He should have many other problems to take care of, including Great Britain's internal problems. So this Ukraine thing for him should have been, now is trust, should be one issue out of many that he, or in this case she, I hope she identifies as a she, let me check. So anyway, how could this be? Just Ukraine takes over all issue and is the most important thing that each and every country should focus on. It's very, very, very strange. Now let's see what the Polish Prime Minister wants, because we couldn't figure out what Blinken wanted. We couldn't figure out I couldn't figure out what Boris Johnson wanted. Just to show over there, and last pictures and videos of me as a Prime Minister, big leader of a big country in a vassal state. Is that what it was? Because I didn't hear anything after that, any decisions of any kind, and he was still the Prime Minister, wasn't he, at that time? So Prime Minister of Poland arrives in Kiev. Let's see what this guy wants. September 9th, 2022. Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki is visiting Kiev on Friday. European Pravda, citing Polsat News, Polish TV channel. So quote from Müller being Piotr Müller, the spokesman of the Polish government. By the way, Müller is a German name. M-U, 2 dots on top, L-L-E-R. And he's the spokesman of the Polish government. Peter. How is that? Those are not multicultural states for my American friends or Canadian friends or Australian friends, even Australian friends. Those are Polish states with some minorities taken because of the the creation of Poland after the First World War. They took all these things from different, and then Second World War they readjusted their territories. So they're Germans in there, they're Hungarians, they're Ukrainians, they're Lithuanians, that all the countries that, you know, when you have border, they overlap the nationalities over there. So how come this Müller is over there? Like for instance in Romania, the president is German. Klaus Iohannis. I mean, I know that person, he's from my hometown and he's from the high school I attended. So he was the teacher over there. So, and I know he's German, he's Deutsch, he's Saxon. Nothing wrong with that, but isn't it strange? You got Zelensky as a Jewish, Shmihal, Jewish, the other one, Oleksiy, whatever he's, Oleksiy, I always forget the other one, Reznikov, he's Jewish, he's the Minister of Defense. Defense, Prime Minister and the President are Jewish, all three, in Ukraine. You can say, what's wrong with that angle? It might not sound strange to you, maybe United States, if the person is Irish or it's English or it's Swede. Now you have Obamas and you have other ones. It might not be strange to you, but for Europeans, for some Europeans, let's put it this way, it's strange. When, for instance, again, I think the Prime Minister of Czech Republic or again, or Slovakia, again, the president is not you know what I mean, I don't want to say it's not normal, but makes you, I will make another video regarding how, for instance, the oppressive system of the Communist Party in Romania was promoting a certain kind of groups in certain positions to make sure that they do not participate or they're not from and with the main nation. Like for instance in Romania, they were putting like chiefs of certain departments and employing in certain positions, not Romanians necessarily. They were looking for other nationalities who had a grievance against Romanian people. So they were making sure that this guy is not going to join the Romanian people. Like for instance here you would have, let's say, a very grieved, I don't know, African American, you put him against the police department in a all-white town, let's say, and you make all the whole police department, you make it African American, and the town is white, and you have, let's say, history of KKK over there. Do you think that police officer will be, you know, and if that guy is going to say this town did this in the past or did this, or so you're going to make sure, you will be certain that something happens over there, the police will be on your side. I'm talking about the leaders, not on the population, because it's this, you know what I mean, between the groups. So the same here, you have these guys in positions, you're going to make sure those guys will do whatever you tell them, because if this guy, let's say, is a Jewish guy in Germany in a position of power, he's never going to remember the Second World War. So for him, Germany not necessarily is the best country in the world or the best people. So when he's going to receive a little list to achieve, he will have no problem implementing it. It's like Liz Truss. She said she has no problem using the nuclear weapons in case something happens. That means she doesn't give a about the rest. But she's British, she's English as far as or whatever she is. I don't want to say that she's Irish or she's Scots because I don't know and I didn't care. I know she's white. I know she's a woman and she's from Great Britain, so I know she's not as far as I know, she's not something from outside, far away, you know what I mean, from Great Britain. And by the way, if you take it like this, England was not a multicultural state, or Irish people or Scots. They were all of the same kind of mold, if you know what I mean. I mean, not everyone were French, and the other one, Latin, and the other ones were, Anglo-Saxons, or let's say some of them were Indo-European, and the other one was, let's say, Sunni Shia, or Sunni Arabs, or something. It's not that. I'm not going to go to Africans or Asians and European, so this multiculturalism within the tribe is not the same thing as outside of the tribe. But you might ask, as an American, so what's wrong with that, Emil? Well, look in history and see how well that worked in a multicultural territory. How groups that identify them as different groups, they cooperated. I mean, recent history shows us Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia. Look how well it's working in Iraq and other parts. And this is just right now. So anyway, it says Prime Minister Morawiecki has arrived in Kiev. There will be a series of several meetings. Important things related to the geopolitical situation and the energy market, as well as energy and military security, will be discussed. Okay, government spokesman said that information about the visit has been delayed for security reasons. What security? I thought the Ukrainians are on the counter-offensive, so everything should be just fine. When asked what to expect, that's what I would like to hear, from the visit of the head of the government, the spokesman assured that Morawiecki's pressure and gesture is a political signal to the Kremlin. Oh, so it's just an up. Thank you very much. This is a signal we also be sent today. We will support Ukraine in this very difficult situation. What's the difficult situation? They are in a counteroffensive, so they're winning. It's difficult for the opposition, for the enemies. We believe that Russia violates all possible international standards. All of them? Really? I don't think all. And you're a spokesman. So if you're a spokesman, you have to watch your mouth. I don't think they do all. It's impossible to violate all. One must not be violated somewhere. So when you say all, that's a lie, and you're a liar. All possible international standards. The protection of Ukraine is the protection of our security. Our security. Now they put Poland in the same, like they put Europe. If you put all, what's going on here? I'm gonna lose my voice. So if you put Ukraine now in the same, if Ukraine falls, then Europe will be next attacked by the Russians. This is how the story goes. I don't believe that a bit, but I don't have the right to have opinions, I guess, because I might get arrested soon because of not following the script. And he says, when asked about the progress of the Ukrainian counteroffensive, Mueller noted that while the report of every meter taken is good news, is not necessarily followed by good information about the full tragic picture of Russia that Russia has created. I'm not overtly optimistic that this is a big change in the war situation. So, and then he asked about money. This guy called out on European Commission to pay Ukraine the promised 9 billion euros, saying that the EU aid is insufficient. EU get the money from the big banking systems, and then the European citizens will pay for that with interest, and their kids and their grandkids. So yes, you guys can ask. So why did he go over there? To show support and show the Russians that we are with them. We know that. And we're going to discuss, what are they going to discuss? All these things should be discussed by your staff. Why do you need to be over there? So I don't know. And then I don't know why the Italian guy is coming. For the same reason. He said energy issue. What energy? All the energy passes through Ukraine. Ukraine buys from Russia. What energy? If the point is Russia, Russia has the hand on the faucet. And if Russia does quick, Ukraine has nothing. Europe has no more coming there. So no, it's not Ukraine. Ukraine can do quick too. But Ukraine are your allies. And if Ukraine does quick, it can activate something that goes around Ukraine through Turkey. Nord Stream 2 goes right underneath the Baltic Sea and so on. So I don't see this is just for us weasels, not for us, for the weasels within our society. Say, yeah, we're still there. Okay, yeah, you're still there. You're going to pay more in taxes. You're going to pay for the inflation. You're going to pay for energy. By the way, you're going to pay for the loans your country's weasels are taking to subsidize your energy bills. And you're going to be the one that's going to be really deep, you and the Ukrainian people. These are the ones. When I say Ukrainian people, I exclude the leadership of all these countries. So why did they go over there? I don't know, for some pictures. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.